Will now be recorded.
So today we are going to start with the new topic. So that will be based on content marketing. Okay, last class what we have discussed with three different sections: Google Ads, Search Ad, Display Ad. So now we are going to start with introduction to content marketing. So can anyone tell me what is content marketing? So you can unmute yourself and you can tell me what is content marketing. Nobody is responding. Okay, so content marketing means creating, sharing useful information. So where we have to have a clear, so that it will attract the people, where we can educate them, build a trust, and finally will be turning them into our customers. So content marketing, where you should make sure that how you're going to sell your products and how the people is going to choose you. Okay, so if I say about content marketing, which means creating and sharing useful information. Okay, so useful information, what we call it as the content creating. So first point where I can tell, where we are going to attract people, then we educate them, build a trust, plus finally we are going to turn them into customer. Okay, so once if I talk about, I can give you example based on the content marketing. Let's say that we are running in a computer institute. Okay, so we share our Excel tips on Instagram page. So we are giving some knowledge based on the Excel. Or if I say I'm running an YouTube channel, so students will learn and then they trust the institute. Okay, so in this cases they join the course. Okay, so what we are giving on Instagram page, we are giving a Excel tips. So then on Instagram page, or it might be on the YouTube channel also. So this is how you have to build your content, where that should be very attractive for them to analyze on what they're going to use it and how they're going to implement on the things. So first thing, we have to understand the audience. So understanding the audience also, which plays an important role. So let's say that how content should be there. So that should be having a simple words, easy examples, and exam oriented or career focused. So like that, you have to impress on the audience. For example, if I talk about the first, we must know who are we talking to, whether it's a student, if the person is looking for a job, or a business owner. So main thing, it belongs to the audience. According to the audience, we have to talk it in such a way where we are going to create the prompt of content creation. So now next we need to know, understand the understand the audience. So first thing we are going to understand. So how we are going to understand? First, we must know. So what are the things we need to know? Who are we talking to? Okay, so that is one thing. Plus, we need to understand whether they are the students or the job seekers or business owners. Okay, so let's assume that, for example, if your audience is students, or we are going to work on the content should be. So how your content should be there. So for example, first one, we are going to use it as a simple language. Okay. Next one is the practical example should be there. So practical exams will be there. Next will be having career related. So these are the some example. Okay. So first thing, if I have an audience, so let's say that if the audience is students, so if the audience is students, first thing we need to know, they want to learn and pass the exam and get the job. So this is the audience in the point of view of a student. We have to think and then we have to give them the content. So let's say that they want to learn, pass exams and get jobs. Okay, so now how content we are going to create it. So how to create a content should be. So first one, as we discussed over here, a simple manner. That means simple words, easy example, exam plus career focused we have to give it. So now for example, simple words. Okay, so easy examples we have to give, that should be oriented to exam plus we are going to talk about the career focused also. Okay, so let's assume an example. If I say what is digital marketing, so easy explanation for the students you have to get. So suppose if I say I'm going to learn with tally courses, benefits after 12th. So if I say 5 skills every student must learn to get a job. So like this you have to use it when you're going to target on the students. So let's say that what is digital marketing. So digital marketing, so where we have to give easy explanation. So easy explanation for students. Okay, so next, as I told you, tally courses before, or I can say tally courses benefits, tally courses benefits after 12th. Okay, so next one I can say 5 skills. So 5 skills every student must learn for a good job. So like this we can target on the students. So next one, if I am a job seeker, so how we are going to target on that particular person. So first thing, if the audience is job seeker. So first thing we need to know about, they want salary plus they wanted a promotion and career growth. Okay, so how that content should be there. First thing we should know about the professional, job focused and skill oriented. So this is how we are going to target on the job seekers. So first thing we need to talk in such a way with the professionals, job focused and skill oriented. Okay, so for example, let's say that top 5 computer skills to get a better job, how to crack interview questions. So if I say that how to make a perfect resume, so like this where we can give some examples. So top 5 computer skills to get a better job. Okay, so next I can say how to crack the interview. So I can give you one more example, how to crack interview questions, or I can say how to make a perfect resume. So this is for the audience of job seeker. So if talk about the audience based on the business owners, so I need to understand what the sales, a profit and the customer point of view, plus I need to have a result oriented, plus money and the growth should be focused. So is that clear till what I've explained you? Say yes if it is understood. Is understood.
This conference will now be
So next
recorded.
year we are going to target on if the audience is business owners. So if the audience are business owners, we have to target on the sales of profit and customers. So how we are going to use it, the oriented, like for example, I can say result oriented. Okay, result oriented. So next one I can think about the money and growth focused. Okay, so for example, so I can say how to get customers using Google Ads. Okay, so I can say how to grow your shop using WhatsApp marketing. Okay, so small business marketing ideas or how to increase the sales without spending more. So that also a valid point where you can add it. So I can say increase sales without spending more. So like this we have to target on the business. So let's say that if I'm a homemaker, so homemakers will be having some flexible work should be there, easy learning should be there, they have to get some income. So YouTube income ideas for ladies or online business ideas for women. So like this we have to form our audience for the home seeker, that means homemakers. So audience for the homemakers. Okay, so first we are going to say they want income plus they wanted a flexible work. So then I can say easy learning. Okay, easy learning. So let's say there is an example of so I can say how housewives can earn from home. So this is valid point, I can add it. So I can say YouTube income ideas for ladies. Okay, so then I can say online business ideas for women. Okay, so now if I want to browse this option, so let's say that how to get customer using Google Ads. Once if I go to browse, so if I'm going to search here, so now here you can see how to attract customer using Google Ads, how to get clients from Google Ads, how to sell. So I'm getting the pop-up of multiple different options. So once if I say how to get customer on Google or my business, so whatever you're giving that relevant to that particular search options we have. So once if I scroll it down where you can see YouTube channels I have. So again, if I come down where you can see reach customer and sell more with online advertising. So this is one way of doing your ad generating. So next, if I say in the previous business owners where we can target. So for example, I can say a small business in Bangalore. So once if I click on the Bangalore where it is giving you the cloud kitchen, tiffin service, online, so you can see insurance. We have more options like this where it is relevant simple way to search. We need to know how to utilize on the content marketing. Is that clear? So we need to understand the goal. So why are we creating the content? So that we are having a brand awareness, we get leads, inquiries. So we have to increase our sales. So in the last class we have learned about the display ads. So where we're going to advertise based on the images, videos, all those prospects will be there. So based on that also can be created. So where you can use the applications like for example Canva, Short, or if I say I have some Photoshop, Corel Draw, so whatever is way of okay. So now for example, if I say poster for computer class. So once if I click where you can see like this attractive, where you can create by using under the Canva. So Canva, most of the templates might be free or else you can utilize with other application as I told you now. Okay. So next we need to decide about the goals. So before that you just make a note on this. Okay. So next we are going to start with
This conference will now be recorded.
decide the goal. So how we are going to create the content, so that is important over here. So next process is we have to decide the goal. So if I say goal, let's say that we creating why are we creating content. Okay, so now common goals we have to understand. So first thing is the brand awareness. Okay, so brand awareness is like people should know us. Next one, we need to get leads. So leads, how it happens through enquiries. Okay, so next I need to increase the sales of course enrollment. So this and all is the basic comments where we have to know. And then, for example, if I say we are going to set the goal, so that should have more students, for example, advanced Excel courses. So advanced Excel courses. So once we decide on the goal, so there we need to understand about the common things. First one is the brand awareness. So brand awareness, and then get leads, inquiries, increase the sales, and then course enrollment. Okay. So next, where we have to know how to choose the type of content, what kind of content we have to use it in the prospect of the forms. So here we need to know about the choose can be in many formats. So let's say that choose the type of content. Okay, so in that, first thing we need to decide a content can be used in many formats. So different formats that can be used, for example, where we are going to create the blog post, then we will be creating YouTube videos, then we'll be posting on Instagram post, and then we'll be posting the reels also, plus we'll be sending a PDF or in the format of notes. Then we are going to use it as the podcast, for example. So for example, I can say, let's say that top 5 excel excel formulas excel formulas for job, Excel formulas for jobs. Okay, so it can be a kind of video or the post. So let's say that top Excel formulas. So once if I search on the Google Chrome, so now where you can see it is giving a suggestion. If I come down, they're posting as a video, or it can be as the different variation of website. On that we are going to use it. So this how we are going to give it, choose the type of content followed by this particular information. So one is a blog, YouTube videos, Instagram post, and then PDF or a notes where we are going to share it. Okay, so on that we have to concentrate on posting a video, or it might be a normal post. Okay, so now we understood how to decide the goal and how to create a content based on that, and then choose the type of content what we are going to use it. Okay, next we need to understand create a valuable content. So create a valuable content is nothing but which is very helpful, easy to understand, problem solving. So not only advertisement. So as I told you, Excel. So Excel, if I say I want to use a specific formula, so how we are going to use it, this particular methods. So next one is create valuable create a valuable content. So content must be, for example, which should be very helpful. So next it should be easy to understand. Okay, so next one should be problem solving. Okay, so not only advertisement, for as I told you, for example, you should have a good content. That is very important over here. So good content is how if I say how to use, for example, VLOOKUP. Okay, so with example I wanted. So if it is a bad content, how to find out that bad content? For example, join our institute. Okay, so join our institute now. So where I can say best institute. Okay, so only the promotion. Apart from that, nothing is there in this. So it is giving only the promotion. But previous good content, we are suggesting them how to use VLOOKUP with example. So this is how we are going to have the difference between good content and the bad content when you are using on the concept of the content marketing. Okay, is that clear with this? So now you understood how to know the audience, how to decide the goals, and choose the type of content, followed by the uh, create a valuable content. Okay, so you can just.
This conference will now be recorded.
So next we are going to know about the share content on right platform. So share content on right platform is nothing but it's all about the audience who is active on a daily basis. So where audience will be in active places, like for example, if it is students, where they'll be active on Instagram, YouTube, and WhatsApp. If it is professionals, they'll be active on LinkedIn. So like this, we should target on the person who is having to have a different content marketing on this. So for example, I can say where your audience, where your audience is active. So first let's assume that they are our students. So students means, so students will be active on Instagram, YouTube, plus WhatsApp also. Okay, if it is professionals. So if it is professional means they'll be active in the LinkedIn. Okay, for example, so I can say Excel tips. So Excel tips on YouTube plus WhatsApp status. Okay, so in this, after creating a good content, we must share it where our audience is active. Otherwise, even good content will not get views. So this is where you have to understand. So this is very important. Once we are going to share the content, so where the audience is active, otherwise our good content will not get views. So if I say as a student, mainly we are going to target in such a way: Instagram, YouTube, and WhatsApp. So where we have to understand content and what is platforms. So now we are going to see. So here we are going to understand about the content and then platforms. So first one, if I say as a content called as spoken English tips. So where I'll be posting in my Instagram. So I'll be posting on Instagram Reels. So suppose if I say Excel tutorial. So Excel tutorials on, I can post it on the YouTube. So for example, I can say exam tips. So I'll be using WhatsApp groups. Okay, So once if I say as course offers, so I can even update on WhatsApp. So I'll be updating on WhatsApp status. Okay, so Excel short video which will post on YouTube. If it is Excel shortcut images, will be posting on the WhatsApp status. So this is for the student, where we are targeting on the student, and then we'll be posting on Instagram. So once we talk about the content and the platform, you need to know how to post it and what is the right way to implement on this. Okay, so if I'm going to target on a professionals, okay, so a professional means I need to know about the LinkedIn, email, and YouTube. So if your audience is professionals, okay, so they are mostly where they'll be using LinkedIn, YouTube, and email. So we have tips. If I say resume tips, I can use it in the platform of LinkedIn. If I'm using interview, so I can target on the YouTube channels. So first we need to know about the content and what kind of platform we are going to use it. So once if I say resume tips, so where I'm going to place it in my LinkedIn. So once if I say there is a interview tips, okay, so interview tips where I can use it in my YouTube channel. So I'll be posting a video, and next I'll be using a job alert. So job alerts can be given in the professional way of email. So in the last class we have discussed with the job descriptions, titles, all those things. So like this we'll be posting. So first one was the right platform for the students, and for the audience where we'll be posting on it. So again, if I go back to my Google, so let's say that resume tips. Once if I click, where you can see we have a different scenario of a particular search option followed by YouTube also. So again, if I ask for job alert, so now where you can see job alert followed by the websites where I'm getting. In the right hand side where you can see there is option called as a search results about. So once if I scroll it down, where it has been posted in my Instagram page. So again, if I scroll it down, where you can see latest government job notification, now create bank job, so government job, like this it will be there. So for example, I can say how to crack interview, post on LinkedIn plus YouTube. So those informations will be available once they are going to visit our social media networks. See, once if I, so sometimes it appears in the ad in the last class which I showed you, the sponsored ads, everything will appear. Okay. So if it is on business owners means WhatsApp, Facebook, and Instagram. So how to give the content, where you're going to give the offers. WhatsApp broadcast will be there. Business tips on Facebook, and then product photos on the Instagram page. We are going to use it. So next one will be audience. If your audience is a business owners, okay, so in that cases, if the persons are mostly on the WhatsApp, Facebook, plus they'll be having on Instagram page also. So first we need to understand about the content and what kind of platform we'll be using. Okay, so let's say that I'm going to give an offers. So offers will be given through WhatsApp with broadcast. Okay, so next I can say as the business tips. So business tips will be based on the Facebook ads. So next I can say as the product photos. So product photos will be on Instagram. So like this we have to post on the audience point of on business. Okay. So now is that clear with the share content on right platforms? First one on students, next one is for professionals, and next one is for the business owners. Okay. So where I can say 50% discount poster share on WhatsApp as well as with the where we call it and the Facebook. So golden rule we have to understand right content, right platform, which more views and customers will come. So on this, it's very important to understand the prospect and then if you use it, so where we reach on the customers. So where we should understand on the golden rule. So golden rule, if I talk about where we have to have a right content plus right platform what we are going to use it, which will be equal to more views and number of customers will come. So this is important once if you're using your content marketing. So is that clear, guys?
This conference will now be recorded.
So next point is important thing is like we should be constant on fixing on the schedule. Okay, why? Because content marketing works slowly, not in one day. So post regularly, daily or weekly. So for example, you're going to fix one particular time where you're going to, where you're going to assign your post. Okay. So in this, we need to understand content marketing works slowly. Okay. So not in one day. So it will take time. So we should understand post regularly. So regularly you should post on one particular time whatever you're going to use it. So that should be on a daily basis or it might be on weekly also. Okay. So sometimes what happens, for example, let's assume one Excel tip every day. I'm going to fix one time. For example, I'm going to post it by 7 p.m. So this makes the person okay. So they'll be posting so and so time. So where we can visit. So notification might comes if they are our followers. So like this, you should be having a particular or a regular time where we are going to use it on the this marketing on this particular on the content pages. Okay. So next one, build the trust. So when people see regular content, useful information, honest guidance, they start trusting you and trusting which will be equal to the more inquiries. So let's say that I'm going to use it. For example, I can say so job alerts. If I click on the job alerts where you can see it is popping up with job Bangalore and then latest government job notification. So all these options will be there. So first thing, if I have to build a trust. So build a trust. So that trust when people see. So that should be regular. So regular content should be there. Next, useful information should be there. Next, honest guidance should be given. Okay, so they start trusting you. Okay, so if I talk about trust, which will be equal for more enquiries. So this is important once we are using our content to get more audience. Okay, so convert audience into customer. After that, they'll build. So showcase your courses, demo classes, gets limited offer. So learn practically how to enhance. All those things will be used in our content creation in the marketing. So now, for example, as I told you, last class we have discussed with the newspaper the ad which is running on it. Okay, so now where you can see at the top we are getting it. You can see simple and unique what they have created. Pre-launching and 3 and 4 BHK. Again, if I scroll it down, again it is popping up on the main screen. So once if I wanted to close. So this designs which can be done by using under the Canva, or if I'm good at my other applications of software, from there also we can use it. So now in the right hand side again you can see there is one more advertise. So if I click on it, it will redirect to that particular page. So once if I scroll it down, see here you can see they're giving a food award. So register is there. So again if I scroll it down, so one more ad is over here. The world of benefits designed. So once if I click on it, it goes to that particular website. So this is relevant to the Taj. So again, if I go back to my YouTube channel, so here I'm going to use it as YouTube Studio. So YouTube Studio, if I click on it, where you can see we have a channel dashboard. Plus where you can see the channel followed by the top content. So top content till now whatever we have used for our YouTube channel, it is showing over here. So now for example the name of the schools or wooden money. So once if I go to the analytics, where the people reached number of views followed by seeing our content whatever we had been given for that. So now where you can see 1000 views has been gone. So again if I scroll it down, watch time. So again if I scroll it down, where you can see the content what it has been given over here. So aquarium, Buddha for me show, so statue. So again if I come down, where you can see whatever the unique name which has been given, it has been attracted with a number of people. Okay, so just make a note on this.